And the video is starting, so now they can, hopefully there's not a huge delay in our voice.
Yeah, it wasn't the last time.
It wasn't that bad.
I don't think
there was
so.
a little bit of a noticeable one, but hopefully it won't be a problem. Anyway, you ready for this shit?
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay, let's make sure we're all set. Good, going. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Nom Syndicate podcast. We're your hosts, Frank and Quincy.
Yep.
And today, we are going to be talking about just a phenomenon that just happens whenever you have a holiday, that you eat too damn much. A little something that we like to call the ITIS.
That ITIS. Ooh, it hit me hard.
Oh, yeah. And for those of you that have no idea what the ITIS is, maybe you live a very mystical life and never have encountered this.
Or you just don't eat.
Yeah, you don't eat. You don't eat at all.
Because I don't know no other way to get it.
Exactly. Or maybe they've got it and they don't even know what it is. So in that case, Quincy, would you please share with the public what exactly is the ITIS?
The ITIS, when you eat way too much than your body can handle, and that shit put your ass to sleep, baby. Yeah. Or at least put you in a state where you just like, I can't function, period.
Right.
I can't function at all. Like, what is going on? It's almost like, man, I don't know. It's like the complete opposite of being drunk.
Right.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like it puts you in this mood where you just like kind of in a daze, kind of in a half coma, but you're awake. You just looking around, people looking at you like.
No, I totally understand. Like sometimes people eat food to get energy. Like you eat food to get like, oh man, I'm tired. I need to eat so I can be refreshed and do these things.
Such thing as too much.
Oh yeah, when you do too much, it's over. It's an immediate nap situation. Like
especially when it's very carb heavy.
Oh, dude, and that's the only way to get the thorough ITIS is you got to be like. So the body's fine-tuned to operate on high fat. It's really good to do like some people are adapted to go just carbohydrates. When you mix and match it, it's a horrible situation for feeling
stack
productive.
That meat on top, baby.
You're basically loading yourself in a blunderbuss of random food layers. It's like a shit.
You got
lasagna.
You got I was about to say ITIS lasagna.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that one better.
A little shit lasagna.
I agree with that one better.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, man.
And depending on how you stack it, if you're not like I don't know, strategic in what you're putting in there,
I ain't.
It can be. I'm not either.
Oh man.
Multi-micro layers, but man, some people, if you just go hard on one thing, then the next thing, then the next thing, you're creating barriers that are like they could be dangerous.
You're hitting levels. You got levels in there. You got levels of ITIS that you didn't know. If you didn't know what it was, you driving home. Because I drove out of town. You know what I mean? For my little Thanksgiving.
Did you drive back?
Yeah, I drove back, and I was like, I'm over there trying to drink Fagos, and I'm just give me a Monster. Hey man, I was tired.
Yeah, the ITIS is a dangerous thing to drive on, mainly because one, you have to get to the destination without falling asleep and blacking out. Two, you need to make it without shitting yourself. There is a very rough. It's a timing situation. Especially you're drinking all that stuff trying to pull off a Drano situation.
Oh,
maybe this will do it.
It don't do it. And it make you gotta pee. Because you can't.
And you have less of a tolerance to be
so
able to.
much pressure.
Yeah, you can't store a lot of pee because your guts are full.
Hey, I was looking pregnant.
Yeah, it's
pregnant.
Bad.
Trimesters.
Turd trimester. Quincy was crowning on the way home, guys.
Oh man, boy, it was prairie dogging on the way. You feel me? It was bad. It was bad.
This is a solid start to this episode. For any of you. I mean, we probably have some people that are way more proper than us.
They about turn on this.
Yeah. See, this is the conversation that you have once the in-laws and everybody are gone. Yeah. This is how we talk anyway. We're like,
we couldn't function. We ate weight. My sister, she put her foot in it this time, man. I don't think I don't know. This is my first time ever eating a Thanksgiving where she cooked dang near everything.
Oh, your sister delivered everything.
Oh man, it was a business. The only thing we was missing was greens, man. She didn't cook no greens, but she was nervous. She was nervous about the greens.
I heard you blame your mom for this.
Yeah, man, because she should have brought the greens, man. She didn't come, but I thought she was about to surprise. Like she called me, like, hey, I got something to bring over, so you can bring to your sister's house.
Yep.
But she brought some monkey bread and some bread. Well, she be killing that, but I'm just like. Girl, I thought you was about to bring some greens over.
Yeah, I was on we were doing a FaceTime call while we were cooking. So I called Quincy up to see what he was doing. He's making like a bunch of peanut butter pies and stuff.
Peanut butter pies, lemon pies, no meringue. Yeah, man, meringue is nasty.
Quincy's making lemon meringue pies. He's like, but we don't put meringue on it.
Yeah, I call it lemon meringue. But listen, man, we don't mess with no meringue.
I was like, that's a lemon pie. Man. There's no meringue on it.
That's lemon meringue pie.
You could save yourself
invisible meringue. I gotta keep the whole name.
Yeah,
it's a lemon pie.
You add more syllables to make it sound fancy, even though it's not on there. Lemon cello.
Hey, listen, man, that joint was fire though. But we made, I made peanut butter pie, lemon pie. My wife made pecan pie and a sugar cream pie. Damn. So we was just pieing it up in there.
Because we're going nuts.
Yeah, and then because they wasn't planning on any desserts, so he was like, "I'll do that. We'll do that." And y'all just, they had a smoked turkey, they had a fried turkey, then she had some fatty green beans. You know what I'm saying? Rounding that boy off, mashed potatoes and the mac, sweet potato. Shit, what else? There was some other stuff in there. I ate too much.
Obviously.
Like, and what did you have? Because I'm gonna just say my stacking situation. Because your picture, you had stuff, and I know it was just for photos, Frank. I know it was just for photos. You don't usually eat like you just had stuff like in its perfect spots. That's for a picture. Because I bet your next plate was crazy.
Yeah, it was. Well, the first plate you actually tried for presentation.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then from that, you smeared everything on the plate. Now you don't care anymore. You're just like, more of this, more of that. That's okay. Yeah, for us, it was hilarious because my family was out of town.
You made a big-ass meal.
Yeah, it was a problem. I don't know how to cook for two people anyway. And if you're doing... Okay, here's the situation. Let's break this down so we can put it into context. So... Whenever there's Thanksgiving, grocery stores buy a shitload of turkeys, right? They're like, we're going to sell so many turkeys, it's ridiculous. Yeah. But that doesn't usually happen. They always have turkeys left over. And for whatever reason, at least in the Midwest, possibly United States as whole, I don't know if it's this where, I can't speak for everybody, but it seems that people only buy and roast turkeys on Thanksgiving anyway.
Yeah.
And they don't eat that shit any other time of the year.
No.
But a lot of people will eat like shaved turkey or like they'll get turkey for turkey clubs and turkey sandwiches and stuff all the time. But they don't make it themselves. They'll just buy it pre-made.
Yeah.
So a lot of times whole turkeys go on sale and they're like ridiculously cheap. Yeah. Like we're talking like 30 cents. You had a
big ass turkey too. Dude, it seemed big at least.
This is part of the defense. So it gets to be like 30 cents a pound, right, for turkeys after Thanksgiving. So it's kind of a thing that I will go after Thanksgiving and I will buy, a couple turkeys. I have a deep freezer in my garage. So I have a chest freezer.
So you got the space.
Yeah, so I can stock. So if you can stock, you can do cool shit. So like I'll go and I'll buy 2 full turkeys for like a fraction of the cost and just put them in the freezer. And that's like my next year's turkey.
Yeah.
Like I'll keep one that long. And it lasts fine because they're brined and frozen. And so... we went to go pull the turkey that we bought last year. And I was like, okay, it's just the two of us, man. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money. I'm not going to go out and do all this crazy stuff.
Let me cook this whole ass turkey.
Me and my wife are going to have a great meal. We're just going to hang out at the house. We're going to be solo. Because my dad went out of town. My sister went out of town. So I didn't have any family in town. So I was throwing it down.
You've been looking over there the entire. People be like, "Who are we talking to?"
Yeah, I have a lot of.
We got a lot of. This is only our second video.
Yeah, we're not used
technically.
To this. There's just
we figuring this out.
To take a quick break, if you're watching this, so if you're listening, you can also we're now experimenting with having videos on YouTube as well. And we have a lot of screens in front of us, but the way that the camera looks, you can't see any of the screens. You just see the back of the room. And there's like a preview screen over here for everything. There's like there's a computer that records just video now, and now there's a computer that records all the audio, and it all syncs up in the podcast and everything. But we're getting used to it.
We're looking everywhere because I've been looking at this one for a minute, so it looked like, and then sometimes I look at this one, and then I'll be like, I gotta look at that because I gotta look like I'm talking to y'all. But we're
gonna get it figured out. At some point, this is gonna work out. But back to the turkey.
How long did it take to unthaw that first? I just want to know, just because turkeys be taking. That's a big dense joint. Them have been froze for a year.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. With turkeys, you can do a couple of different things. Like, first of all, if you're just gonna do put it in the fridge and thaw it in the fridge, you're gonna need like 2 days. Yeah. Right. I don't do that because it's like
You do the water method?
I get a 5-gallon bucket. I make a brine, and then I take that bird and then I put it in the brine and let it thaw and brine at the same time. That's just how I do it.
That makes sense.
And if the temperature's right, it's cool because it doesn't eat up any addition. Now I have that refrigeration in the garage that I can use, but if the temperature's right and you have like what I like to call, we've entered the best part of the year for me, which is called fridge temps. If we're in fridge temps, anything's a refrigerator. Your garage is a refrigerator. Your car is a refrigerator.
You know how much juice and pop and waters and junk we keep outside?
Yeah.
Let me buy a fresh bottle of Hennessy. That outside gonna get it colder than my fridge.
Exactly. And you don't have to pay for that.
Man.
That's great. So I usually thought if it's cold enough, I can thaw it in the garage, and everything's great. And then it's good in like a day. And then I take it out, and then I do this whole thing where it's like you use a fan. I actually use a fan to dry it, like super dry, and then I do my whole thing. But that turkey was 22 pounds.
Ooh, yeah, that's a child. That's a cheering. You got a cheering in there.
A two people on.
I came over. I ate about this much of some breast.
Yeah.
Oh, what that look like? About that much of some breast, because he had them sliced nice. I was like, and I ate a wing.
Yeah, dude, and you got that crunch.
That crunchy wing too. Ooh,
I should have sent you.
It wasn't
home
burnt either. That mug was just nice and crisp.
I should have sent you home with some, but I knew you already had the ITIS, so I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I probably should have sent you with something.
Like, I'm surprised I even ate that much. Well, I ain't, because I just constantly eat if I got to.
Because
we just came from where I had my ITIS, the initial ITIS. And I came over there, was like, let's get on the sticks for a little bit, and I ate some more dang turkey.
Yeah, you can't hold it. As soon as any bandwidth opens up in that gut, you're like, I gotta fill it.
Yeah, I got space. I need to be dense. I need to build that back up.
I know, because we like to eat as if like we're actually gonna hibernate, and we really won't.
No.
I did no additional exercise for the amount of calories that I consumed over that amount of time.
No, I was I just let it turn into fat.
Yeah. It gets cold here.
Yeah, man. We in the Midwest. I need a little fluff, baby.
I'm just
trying to be strong all the time.
I'm getting ready.
Yeah, man.
And it's basically training. I just think of it as like wearing a weight jacket.
Yeah.
All my normal exercises now twice as hard.
Yeah.
It's fine. So we had a 22-pound turkey, man. It was crazy. And then we made let's see.
Yes, jalapeno spoon bread.
Yeah, I attempted an entire. This is kind of weird. So like, we have to do the gluten-free thing in the house, and that's fine. And so I did like everything gluten-free. Like, so we had like a gluten-free stuff. That stuffing was fire, considering that it had 0 gluten. And I was kind of amazed at how well I pulled that off. The spoon bread was fantastic. I do a hot honey smoked jalapeno spoon bread that's like really good, and then. And spoon bread, for everybody that doesn't know, I kind of learned this. Like, a lot of people will call it, it's like almost a corn casserole. But like, for whatever reason, like some people get weirded out. Like if you're weirded out by casserole, like when we went to your everybody's like, man, what the hell is that? Like, but if you call it spoon bread, all of a sudden everybody's like,
it's something new now. Oh, it ain't weird. It ain't that weird thing. Like, who brought casserole to the barbecue?
It's like less white 50s housewife and becomes way more like approachable. Yeah. You just gotta. It's all about marketing, baby. You just gotta market.
Yeah, you gotta market that, man. You did it right.
Hell yeah. So that's what you gotta do. So we did some of that, and then. What else do we have on that thing?
You had mashed potatoes?
I did have mashed potatoes. We made a green bean casserole, and we didn't even touch it.
I was about to say, you made that.
I know
you was cooking down them mushrooms forever.
Yeah, we ate so much stuff, and then, like, we ate that for days. Like, I was making, like, we'll get into the leftover stuff. The ITIS part's day one, but the ITIS isn't just a day one thing for us with Thanksgiving.
No. Then you got to recover.
Yeah, you got the initial recovery from eating way too damn much. And then we're gonna move straight into leftover situation.
Yeah, you just keep it going for at least a few days until it's like, okay, these leftovers, they aren't worth it anymore. So then it's like, okay, after the probably second, third day, you like, all right, my ITIS can slowly go back up. But then you start eating little meals. Let me eat this spoonful of peanut butter. I'm still trying to work this turkey out myself.
I'm like. And the other thing is just like you're cost conscious too, because you're like, I just don't want to throw everything away. So it's like you're eating to just like not throw it away.
Not be wasteful. but then you're hurting yourself.
Yeah, that compounds things. So I made a horrible mistake by having a 22-pound turkey for the 2 people. I still have turkey in the fridge.
Yeah.
Actually, so then you have to start getting creative with how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to trick yourself that you're not still eating Thanksgiving food a week later. So we were doing like, I started getting in, you know, it's notorious that everybody eats like the Thanksgiving leftover sandwich type stuff. I get that. That's all right. Then you start getting into like, that's okay. Anything could be a sandwich. Then you got to get into tacos and burritos. So I'm starting to get into the burrito. And then I'm like, shit, I'm thoroughly burnt out on like just packaging it different. Like, cause it's still the same. At that point, you're still the same food. Yeah. You're just like putting it in different carb wrappers.
It still tastes exactly like Thanksgiving.
Exactly. So the other night, I can't remember if I put this on the podcast or not the podcast, but the Instagram or not. But I actually cooked it down, and I took like a turkey leg, and I took some of the wing sections, and I actually made like broth for ramen. So I made turkey ramen.
You had a picture of ramen. I think it was on Instagram.
That might have been okay. So that was it. So I made a turkey ramen that was fire. It's basically a turkey stock, like a traditional, like really clean turkey stock, in the sense that there's no like Japanese stocks are crazy. We'll have a whole episode on ramen, but essentially like it was just I think I used turkey, a couple green onions, and like a little bit of carrot, just because I had that shit, and cooked that down. Made that, but then for like the actual tare, which is like the actual flavoring elements, it was just like a miso base. So it was like
it looked fire.
A miso turkey ramen.
Yeah.
Dude, that was ITIS inducing.
I bet. And I know you drunk the entire broth after you got to.
know I did. Yeah. I was sitting on the couch watching.
Yeah, he was full.
I think I was watching the rest of that live action Cowboy Bebop adaptation. I threw it down, man. I just had all that ramen. Man, I had it all over because you can't eat ramen like cleanly. We'll save this for another episode.
No, it's dripping all your face.
But he's like slurping, it's getting everywhere. It was all over my like coffee table. I was like, man, I got to deep clean this whole room.
Yeah.
It was dangerous. It was everywhere. But yeah, that was the first time that I broke out of the traditional, just like repackaging it, putting it in different stuff. I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I still have a lot of turkey.
You about to have to throw that shit away.
No, I froze some of it. I bagged it and froze it because I was like, man, I'm not going. There's no way. I gave a bunch to my neighbor.
Nachos.
Yeah, probably could do turkey nachos. I packaged a bunch of it because I immediately knew there's no way we're getting through 22 pounds of turkey, and that we're not getting through.
Y'all got to blend it up, start drinking it.
Yeah. I hit up my neighbor and I was like, hey man, do you guys want like a Thanksgiving like plate? And my neighbor's Mark and Jane. I was like, hey, you guys went in on this? Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, please.
So like I ran some over to them and they threw it down. But yeah, I was just like, you are helping me.
Yeah,
like this is
yeah.
like,
You actually just trying to sneak it on. You really being sneaky.
Yeah, this is a nice offering, but it's also saving myself from possibly having like an intestinal rupture from eating too much.
I got a picture of my first plate. I'll post that whenever we post this video. I'll post that picture of my first plate. I just got a little pile. I don't care where nothing was. Like it's just I gotta stuff in certain spots, but after a while it's just a pile because I'm like I want everything on one plate.
Do you have like a real plate or was it?
No,
like
I had a paper plate and it had everything
plates?
Staked up.
How many paper plates does it take to hold the structural integrity of your mountain?
It might have been 2, but we usually have good paper plates.
Okay, you got the thick ones.
Yeah, so it might have been 2, but I think it was just 1. But it was kind of small. But man, I just stacked shit.
You just went tall.
Yeah, I don't care about nothing touching, man. Let them green beans get up in my sweet potatoes. I'm just getting all that.
Stir the whole thing
after a while, I had a roll. I'm over there putting sweet potatoes on that joint. I got turkey on that joint. Listen, man.
What was your gravy situation?
I don't remember. I think they had a brown gravy. Okay. It was good, man. I had everything. I just kept eating. You
just blacked out.
I had 2 full plates. Like after I had 1 plate, and I was like, I'm about to eat an entire one again. It was delicious, man.
Man,
a tear fell. A single one. A single tear, right?
Greasy tear.
Yeah, a single greasy tear. A turkey stock tear just fell down my face and got caught on my lip. I just licked him up too. I was like, "You get back in me."
I just laughed so hard I ran.
My body.
I laughed so hard I just ran into my microphone. It was like, "Conk." So if you heard that, that's just me running into it. It's fine.
But yeah, that ITIS, man, it's so dangerous. Hey, I was so pregnant. I was like, my stomach. I don't think my stomach been this. I haven't eaten like that on a Thanksgiving in a long time. And it's like that day I was like, I'm going in. Like all that food in there, I was like like a child. I was like, give me all, please.
Yeah, where's my parental unit to tell me I need to stop?
I drank so much pop too. I was just drinking orange soda, grape soda, orange soda, grape soda. Oh my God. I was like tight. Like I probably got like 5 more stretch marks. Just on Thanksgiving.
Jesus. He's gonna have to have reconstructive
my belly button
surgery.
was starting to pop back. I was like, get back in.
Reconstructive surgery on Quincy's gut because it's been destroyed.
I'm telling you, man, I ate crazy. Like I went crazy in there for real. I was eating too much.
Hey man, that's what you got to do.
But that itis is dangerous. I'll be like, I go to work. I don't know. Did we go to work the next day? I think so, or the day after.
You went the next day because I was asking what you were doing on like Friday, and you were like, "I gotta go to work," and I was like, "Jesus."
Then it got me to thinking, like, are there any work-related injuries because of the itis and nobody know? You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
there has to be.
Here's a funny thing that happened. So I,
what you had to work with?
Nah, but we made so for the coffee company that my wife and I run, we have a local delivery service that we offer on Thursdays typically that we deliver coffee to everybody that orders in town. And so we delivered on Wednesday because of the holiday.
Yeah.
And I had to deliver to one of our accounts, like my dad runs a tool shop, so that's like one of the accounts.
Yeah.
And so we went over there to deliver their coffee that they use for the week. And
there's an ambulance there.
Man, there might as well been. I walk in and everybody's just kind of sitting down, looking like just not good. They all had the itis, and I walked in there like, yeah, we just had our company potluck, the carry in for Thanksgiving, and they don't mess around. Like when they bring food in there, it's like they got like tons of turkeys, they got all the spread and stuff, and everybody lines up in this big line and they eat like a ton. And I was like asking him because I walked in, and my dad was kind of just like hanging out, and then like his head foreman was just kind of like hanging out. And I was like, what's going on?
Like, y'all might as well shut down.
Dude, that's pretty much, I asked him, I was like, so like what's going on? What's the productivity level of what's going on here after this potluck? He's like, dude, it's less than 20%.
Yeah. And nobody's getting in trouble today. Everybody done.
No, everybody's done. You were just kind of like hanging out. Nobody, like everybody's like, I'm digesting. Like nobody's doing anything. So it was really funny.
That was always weird to me too, because I worked at a foundry, and sometimes we had these big dinners. Every once in a while, like they'd order stuff when QLs was popping. Yeah, they would order like a whole bunch of stuff from like pulled pork from QLs or something. I'm like, man, why y'all feeding us like this? And I'm at a foundry.
Yeah, I'm sweating. Like, I'm going to die.
Yeah, and it's like I eat a whole bunch, and now I'm tired, but I got to go out here and shovel all this metal and stuff into this furnace, and I'm over here like about to fall asleep after this little hour break y'all gave us to eat all this stuff. And now I'm tired.
That and everybody's taking shits all day now.
Yeah, in the it's like 2 stalls in the bathroom. Yeah, I'm
lines.
Like, I need in there.
Move.
I'm banging on the door. I'll walk in and it's dark because somebody fell asleep on the toilet and the little timer light then went off. I'm like, sucker, get out.
That is what I'm talking about.
I got a dookie.
Man, that's funny. Yeah, I don't understand that ritual. I will say this.
It's always weird to me. It's like big companies have stuff like, or companies have stuff like that in the most productive of like situations. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have to do stuff after this.
They didn't just close so you could come have a meal and then just have a good time. It's always like you have to do a bunch of extra stuff. I feel that.
Like I understand where I'm at now because all I'm doing is watching bottles or something. Unless I got to do something big. Every once in a while I got to. But if I'm just chilling watching bottles, it ain't nothing. But over there, I'm like, sucker, I gotta work.
Except when the whole thing's crashed, they come over here just like,
I done fell asleep. They like, hey man, you
like,
your machine.
I just
Why'd y'all had this brunch? Why'd y'all had this banquet over here?
Yeah, exactly. I'm still eating. I'm tired.
Yeah, I wake up chewing because something was in my tooth.
That's funny. Hey, so speaking of like Thanksgiving stuff with the family, does your family have any like Thanksgiving sort of like traditions or rituals that they do, like part of like eating like anything that you guys like?
Like what do we do, or just like
Is it just eating and hanging out?
Yeah, it's usually just chilling and eating. We don't usually do nothing. You talking about like games or just what we do there?
I'm the same way.
Just be kicking it.
That's the same way we are all the time. But here's the deal. I had a friend a while back, and I love this tradition that his family does. So he has a bunch of brothers and stuff. His name's Dan, and he would his family's in Chicago and stuff, and they were like they'd go in, and it was like this whole big ordeal about what's going on. It's like competitive. In like a really fun way. So like literally when they get there, everybody weighs in. Like you get on a scale.
Trying to see how much you can.
Oh yeah, and the person that eats the most is the winner.
Yeah.
And like, that's awesome.
That's dope. I would like that tradition because I could throw that. What's the prize, baby? Because it's going home. Unless I just steal it with my big
It doesn't matter what you win because everybody's losing.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna feel good at the end of this. But so that's like one of the really, really funny things that I think would be. I want to start incorporating because it's really great.
Hey, man, my family.
Except when it's just me and Lauren, it's not gonna be a great tradition. I'm like, hey, you want to see who's gonna weigh the most at the end of the day?
Yeah. You're like, no,
absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
We are not doing that. And then. Yeah,
one of my dudes at work was like, "Why black people so mean on Thanksgiving?"
What?
I was like, "What you mean?"
What do you mean?
He was like, "Man, we just stingy with our food. Like, we can invite if we don't invite family to Thanksgiving and they pop up, it's like, what you doing here?"
So you guys are like a wedding. Somebody didn't RSVP.
It's like, what you doing here, sucker? Like, we didn't tell you to come, and don't go over there making play. Like, if they go making play, everybody looking at them like. Y'all see homie over here?
Yeah.
Who? Y'all
There's
told
no
him
place
coming?
for you at this table.
Yeah, we looking like who told him we even having Thanksgiving, or just any? You know what I'm saying? It's like who told her?
Who told to lock the door?
Who said something to so and so? Why they over here? You
so
know?
Now they're in trouble.
Hey, that's
you're about to lose your spot.
Or we'd be like, hey, y'all bring something, and you know we do it. You know I do it. Yep. But it's like we tell them to bring something, and they do. And then we'll trash it if it's whack.
So it's a carry-in, but if you screw it up, you're in trouble?
It's a carry-in, but if you mess it up, even though we requested it, if you mess up, we about to trash you.
Like, I know we requested these sweet potatoes, but these are garbage.
Oh, man. It is funny. And if we don't trash you to your face, you see the bowl not eaten.
Oh.
Like, because usually, really, it only take one person to taste it.
Yeah.
So if one person eat it, and they tell everybody, hey, don't eat that. That's whack. That potato salad trash.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Hey, I swear, it is funny. Black people funny, boy. We funny.
Man, you gave me that warning when I brought all that food over.
You know, because I got to. You got to. I got to warn anybody who come over and bring something to my crib. If my family there, I got to warn you. It's a possibility it might not get touched.
Yeah, there's 100%.
And it's a possibility if it get touched, you might get trashed on it, just in case. Just in case. It didn't happen. It didn't happen with you. They fell in love with it, but I'm just saying.
But there was a high probability.
It was a high probability.
I could have gotten screwed.
I mean, they was looking at coleslaw like, what is this? Like, why is this? Who brought this? Because we don't eat this.
Still to this day blows my mind that that's not a staple. We're gonna have to change the game.
But I know black people eat coleslaw because I just started eating it not too long ago. Because I didn't fuck with it. Like, I don't want no coleslaw. Ugh.
Get this out of my face.
My palate has grown. It's grown.
It's okay. He's sophisticated.
I eat a little more.
I've been seeing Quincy eat. His pinky is further and further out.
Further and further out, baby. You know what I mean? I get sophisticated. Look how I drink my beer. I put the pinky out.
The pinky out, please. Man, do you ever watch a show? There's a little bit of an aside. This is gonna tie back into
so
turkey.
Mean sometimes.
Well, but man, here's the thing, man. I don't think that's reserved to just black. You just more overtly loud about it.
Yeah.
Because, dude, white people are gonna be the same way. They're gonna be like, "Oh, honey, just come on in and get a plate." And they're gonna judge the shit out of you behind, like they're thinking it. Yeah, like, go ahead and have a seat. Like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Who let this person in?
On the outside, y'all more cordial.
Yeah.
You're like, come on, it's all right. But when you leave,
it's years of politics.
Yeah.
Years of just being like, we've got to be civil here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, damn it.
Y'all got to text her and like, who invited you?
Yeah. Oh, honey, it's totally fine. They're like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You did this. Yeah. It's all passive aggressive.
Oh my goodness.
I generally I was always like, we grew up in a family that we just didn't care because I had a lot of friends and like, you know, it was always like if you had more to give somebody, you'd like invite people over.
Yeah.
So like
that's how my mom. That's how everybody got to know her chicken was the business.
Yeah, we'd always open
everybody
door.
was coming over like, come on, get you some chicken.
Yep, open door. If you had like if you didn't have anything going on or you don't have any family,
yeah,
come on in, man. We'll bring you in. We'll do whatever. But like. Yeah, but there is judgment for people that like have a notorious like a reputation. Mm-hmm. You know, there's always like a family member or somebody that's just the mooch.
Yeah. They only bring in spoons, like, dude.
Or like, oh, dude. Or like when somebody just shows up with Tupperware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they didn't bring shit. But they already came with like the Ziploc bags.
They got like foil coming out their hoodie pocket.
Yeah,
like, who brought a whole unopened roll of foil?
Yeah, I'm about to eat for 3 weeks from
got
this
all
meal.
the Reynolds wrap.
Yeah, man, that stuff's funny. I've seen that kind of stuff happen. Yeah. But you know, it's whatever. At the end
they
of the
got
day,
old IHOP styrofoam to carry out.
It's kind of flattering, but at the end of the day, you're like, shit.
Yeah.
There goes that whole dessert. I had one piece.
Oh man, hey, one time.
He's about to. You guys,
one time, I ain't gonna talk about where it was because just in case it. But one time, somebody made a pie, right?
Yeah.
And I took a whole joint one time.
You just jacked the pie.
We had a thing, and at the thing there was pie.
Okay.
Now at the end of the thing, there was still like 2 whole pies. Now there was a lot of pies made.
Were they all the same pie?
They was all the same pie because everybody was loving this pie.
Okay.
I had a piece of the pie,
and
the pie was dope. I was like, man, I'm gonna give me some more pie before the end of the day. At the end of the day, when everybody's wrapping up, Okay. So I'm over here thinking like, oh, it's Freezies and nobody paying attention. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go to my car.
I gotta go to my car. Listen, I took a whole pie because there was 2 whole pies. I'm like, people really ain't paying attention to the pie.
Right. So you thought it was just
okay. I found out people was paying attention to the pie.
Oh no.
Just nobody knew that I took the pie.
That is great.
You know what I'm saying?
So they're like, where did that pie go?
But listen, it was I'm good at taking stuff sometimes.
You just snuck out with this
pie.
But
listen, me and my brother, I told my brother,
no.
hey, I think I'm about to go get a pie. He like, go get a pie.
So he covered for you? Like, yeah. I got this.
So he came over after and got some of the pie. You feel me? But I was like, I slid out because it's a back door.
This was not just a taking of a pie. This was a heist.
Oh, it was a heist.
It was a pie
heist. It was a pie heist. It was a heist.
It's a heist.
Hey, listen, I grabbed that pie. I slid out the back door and somebody was calling me, but I act like I didn't hear them. Because they don't know what I was doing. I was just walking. I just walked through the building. There's a front door, back door. There's a streamline.
There was a wind. I hear your voice.
I just whoop, and then I cut around, and I'm walking with the. I'm just like, I'm just going. You feel me? I'm just going. And I streamlined to my car. I put it under the seat. The pie gone now.
Yeah.
Nobody knows it's me. But then I'm standing out. I go back over. I tell my brother like, hey, I got the pie. You know what I'm saying? The pie is in the bag. Come over later. You need some of the pie.
At 9 p.m.
Listen.
You had a pie rendezvous.
Listen, hey, yeah. When we got done, because everybody's still chilling.
Yeah.
Because we wait. Listen, people going crazy about the pie. Like,
oh no.
Who took the pie? There was 2 pies in there. They questioning people. I'm like, I don't know. I seen so and so was in there. They might have had the pie. Hey, listen, we standing outside. There's a window. Hey, we just hearing them going. The person who made the pie going in mad about the pie. I'm like, I got the pie, and they don't know I got the pie, but they mad because there's still one in there. So they trying to split up. They like, but there was 2 pies in there. There was 2 pies. Somebody greedy. I'm like, but I'm like, how do you not know? Somebody just wasn't splitting the pies and taking pieces of the pie before they left. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that could have been a possibility unless you literally seen the 2 pies. And then all of a sudden, one pie's gone.
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying? Which could have been, because I seen 2 pies and 1 pie was gone. You know what I'm saying? But hey, yeah, I got out with the pie. I don't know what we was talking about, but I just wanted to bring up that
pie heist.
Yes,
that's fine.
Yeah, that was a thing, though. You know what I mean?
You thought you were getting away with it.
Yeah,
You did.
You know what I mean?
You did get away with it.
I got away with it
until now.
Yeah, but
somebody said, but the statute of limitations. How long?
Hey, how long was it ago? It was some years ago.
You're free and clear.
It was some years ago. They probably, if any of my cousins and them is listening to this, they don't know what I'm talking about.
It's fine.
Unless they've been steaming about this pie and they like, that's who I've been waiting for somebody to break about this.
Okay, so this is a perfect opportunity to let you all know. If you want to drop a line to nomsyndicate@gmail.com and just
one of my cousins gonna call, I know you out there, but I know it.
Damning evidence is right here. Mm-hmm. You can leave us voicemails. You can do whatever you want. Quincy's right here.
I got the pie. I can make it though. I can make one for you.
All right, but more importantly, what kind of pie was it, man? What kind of pie was?
If I tell you the kind of pie, then people gonna know.
Oh, it's
I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I say it, that's they gonna be like, oh, they know. Hey, because it was a thing. Hey, people was hot.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna know what this pie is after the show. Y'all aren't gonna know, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You got to keep him safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't even know what we was talking about before that. That got me this pie situation.
You're on the heist.
Other than the ITIS, but yeah, I had that heist. I had to get that out. You know what I mean?
Somebody that needed to know. /pie heist. Yeah. The whole sitch.
I was so smooth with it, man.
Man, I don't know if
I was so smooth with it. It could have been a little movie scene. That could have been a short story.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I jacked any desserts. I'm sure I have in my day, but not anything that elaborate. Where people were like losing their mind after at the end.
They was mad. Listen, man, it's a thing, man.
That's great.
It was mad. It was a thing. Man, we make stuff things, man. We make stuff
as
things.
You should.
Because I honestly think it was one of them things that it ain't like it was something that was like cooked. I think it was just something like a mixed thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just real good. Like I make a bomb dirt pudding.
Right.
Everybody can make dirt pudding. My family just love my dirt pudding. It's a simple thing.
Right.
You know, it ain't science like that. I just make a good dirt pudding. And sometimes I do this one called they called it the Mistress. That's what they called it for some reason. But it's like a strawberry one. So it's like instead I use strawberries in it and them golden Oreos.
Yeah.
But and some strawberry cream cheese. That's the only differences. But people love it. You know what I'm saying? But it's at the end of the day, it's just a mix of stuff.
I've had that.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. Yeah. I had it at the barbecue. Yeah. So it's like it's one of them things. It's like it wasn't a crazy thing, but the person who made it, they just know how to do that real good. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a thing. They was like, man, you had the pie, did something. And I'm like, you know what I mean? I didn't, but I did now. Now I got one.
Speaking of sneaking, conniving stuff, at that specific gathering that I was privy to being at, I do remember there was a covert banana pudding situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We was eating banana pudding undercover out there.
Dude. That was I remember I walked into the kitchen. It was like, man, I like walked in on a drug deal or something. Like everybody was like being real quiet.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on in here? Hey man, somebody brought this banana pudding. It's like the best banana pudding.
I think my brother made it because it's a thing again. It's just a mixed thing.
Yeah.
His banana pudding is the business for some reason.
It's great, but here's the situation. I was like, I said something about it, and you were like, shh.
Yeah, be quiet.
Y'all were quiet, and then you shoved that shit in the refrigerator behind everything, and you were like, y'all were waiting for everybody to like
kind of start heading out.
Yeah. They're all packing up. They came in, and everybody's like got their containers. They're taking leftovers, and you're like, everybody's out like. Was that the 4th of July? Everybody's out like
it was the 3rd.
Oh,
because it was the day before. That was our 4th.
Yeah. So everybody's out lighting stuff, blowing stuff up, and then all of a sudden I see Quincy and everybody just kind of like quietly walk in the back.
Yeah, just a select few.
I was like, select few. Yeah. I was like, I see what's happening here. I'm gonna follow what's going on. Everybody's getting into this banana pudding. Like it's like a banana pudding speakeasy in the kitchen.
Yeah, man.
That was great.
Some stuff you gotta be sneaky because he made one bowl. Right. There was a lot of people at the crib. You know what I mean? Listen, everybody ain't getting a banana pudding. You feel me? Everybody ain't getting it. Yeah, you got to get it though.
Yeah, it's because you were sneaking. I knew sneak. I saw people moving.
Yeah,
I was
get
like,
you a paper plane.
I was like, that seems very. Them walking in the house like that is very sus.
Yeah. And we would have ate it earlier and snuck it earlier, but he was like, "Hey, y'all give it some time because them wafers got to get a little softer."
Yeah, they got.
So we like, all right, we gonna get this the optimal amount of time. Just so happened to be when everybody was outside and a few of us was inside. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It just happened
to be convenient that we all snuck away from everybody.
Yeah.
It was very good. Perfect timing.
Yeah,
it was great.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, there be some sneaky stuff going on.
That's all right. I was with it, man. That was great. Man, have you ever, I don't know if you've ever watched this show. There's a Canadian show. I think it was on Showtime. It was a show called Kenny versus Spinny. You ever watch this? Oh, my God.
I thought you were about to say Letterkenny.
Nah. That's all right.
That's on Hulu.
But I'll send you some episodes later because y'all, if you know, you know. But basically, to give a quick background to make this make sense, it's about these two friends that live with each other, and they basically have all these competitions, and the competitions get like way out of hand, and the whole show is based on these competitions. So it might be like a competition on like who can drink the most beer.
Yeah.
And it gets wildly out of control really fast. And usually one of them tries to cheat. And like there's two camera crews that follow each competitor. And like they go through. And it's all about shit talking and doing all this different stuff. There's this one episode that's just who can eat the most meat.
Yeah.
And it's rather disgusting. But one of the guys, Spinny, ends up getting like a giant turkey. So he's like, my protein of choice is going to be turkey. I'm just going to get a big roasted turkey and I'm going to eat this. And he's eating enough, like he's eating so much turkey. It's just like nonstop. And so like, you know, he's eating all the stuff and he ends up like getting clogged up. So he's got to start like eating other things to move it so he can keep eating.
Yeah.
And like the show's kind of messed up because they're like, it's kind of raunchy. So they're like following him around like into the bathroom and like you don't get any privacy. It's the show. And, so he's like using the bathroom. He finally like eats enough stuff that like he gets things moving so he can eat again because he's so like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he's like, Jesus, you guys smell that? It smells like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
He's like freaked out because he only ate turkey.
Yeah.
And so when he uses the bathroom, it just smells like turkey. I was like, oh, gross. I was like, man, and you know there's people that had that happen after. Thanksgiving. Like, it's alarming how much that smells like what I ate. I'm not happy with it, especially after 3 days of eating nothing but Thanksgiving.
That's all your
food.
body can produce now is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you are Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's a weird situation. So, okay, so a lot of people are gonna. The next ITIS-inducing holiday is right around the corner.
We're gonna get another one of these.
Christmas is gonna be rough, but the Christmas ITIS to me is different.
It's not as bad as because like Thanksgiving is centered around eating. Christmas you eat, but it ain't the main focus.
But I don't know, man, because I feel like there's still a lot of eating, but I feel like, and maybe, I mean, it's going to be unique to families and everybody else and like what you do. Like for most families that I know, like turkey and stuff is like Thanksgiving, and then you have more ham for Christmas, and that's great. But I feel like Christmas is just a lot more sugar and carb heavy.
Ooh, yeah,
because there's way more desserts for Christmas. Like Thanksgiving, you get like savory and sweet pies, and you get like some sweets, but it's real heavy.
Yeah.
And with like Christmas, it always seems like you still have a bit that heavy element, but like I don't eat ham like I'm gonna eat turkey.
Yeah.
I'll eat ham. I'll throw it down. It makes good sandwiches. It makes a lot of good stuff like that. But like,
I won't eat ham that much either. Honestly,
it's just not,
I feel like the texture don't let me eat it enough,
and I feel like it's too salty. It's like a lot of salt.
Yeah, it do.
Like, because I mean, it's cured.
It's cured. Yeah.
It's crazy. So like, but my sweets game is on point on Christmas.
Ooh, oh man, I wish y'all
cookies,
could eat
brittle, there's
dang gluten.
If I can. It just makes my face look crazy.
Listen, man.
Lauren ate some gluten the other day, and it was really funny because we like.
Last year I made the biggest damn cinnamon buns. Like,
dude,
everybody had their personal joints.
Here's the thing, you gotta understand. You gotta understand about gluten. It's like all things in moderation, including moderation. Yeah. That is a principle to live by.
Yeah.
If you want any advice, all things in moderation, including moderation. But the thing is you know what you're getting into. You can't eat ice cream.
You right.
But what the hell do you do every now and then?
Yeah, I eat it.
Yeah, I eat it. And you know what you're getting into. And here's the thing. People are going to be like, oh, man, you can't have gluten. It's going to fuck your shit up. And I'm like, yeah, it is. But you know what? Hangovers don't stop people from drinking.
No, you're right.
That fucks everybody up no matter who you are. And we do it. And like eating's the same thing. You're going to eat some stuff. And it's like you just got to know you got to have the recovery time.
Yeah.
How close are you going to be to a bathroom in the next 48 hours? That's important to know. But for me, we've talked about it before. If I'm eating like an idiot, I'm gonna have this weird like red shit on my face. That's like the number one thing that happens besides just feeling like generally.
Yeah. You just got to knock all yours off in that day.
Yeah, if you do it in like a small window, it's not as painful.
You got to like do it intermittent fasting with yours.
Yeah, dude, you just purge it. Like if I eat like the problem is leftovers. It's like if I eat pizza, I need to order just enough. If I come home with like a bunch of leftovers, dude, I'm gonna eat it. It's not going to waste because one, I've got the monetary pressure of I don't like wasting food. Two, I love food. I'm going to eat it. I am not I'm never going to be a super skinny dude because I love food. It is great. And I don't run.
Tastes too good.
Yeah, not running.
Tastes too good.
Running is hard enough for me. I'll go walking because I enjoy walking. But years of playing soccer in my youth, my shit sounds like bubble wrap when I walk around. I'm not sneaking up on anybody.
Man, I'm flat-footed. I don't need to be running nowhere.
Dude, my ankles are just like...
I'm walking on my ankles right now. I don't need nothing.
I can't even walk in a graveyard at night. People get scared. It just sounds like bones. It's dangerous.
So everybody rising from the dead every step you take.
Jesus, here he comes. I'm going to get a headshot.
People throwing holy water at you.
Yeah. I'm just staying away from him. And then like... yeah, so I mean, and besides, like running is like a weird situation. Like I don't even run. Like I would have to be chased, and even then, I'm evaluating that situation. I'm gonna be like, is that really a threat?
And there's been a couple times I walked outside my house and there been a dog, and I was like, I grabbed my my little charcoal chimney joint. I was like, man, this dog just about to get hit today.
Yeah.
Like I ain't run. We about to fight.
Man, and another aside, I feel like running from a dog is the worst thing you can do. They're literally designed to knock you over.
Yeah, and attack. They about to get at you, man.
I feel like if you were to just overcome the massive amount of fear, now of course this is easier said than done. If there's a giant snarling dog coming at you, you know, maybe that's not your reaction. You know, I don't know. But like, I feel like if you just like well placed yourself, I mean, they're gonna come at you. You can move out of the way. You can do things.
I feel like
the fear is great.
I feel like running is a bad choice because then if it gets you, then you're stuck this way. Yeah. And you can't even fight him off because you're like,
they are designed to chase.
Let him get at me this way so I can.
If you are running, you are prey. They are meant to attack prey. Yeah. They're meant to knock you down and get you. But if like you're dead on, they're not equipped for that as much.
They ain't equipped for that fight. They will though.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna go for you.
They'll get you.
Yeah.
But you know, you might survive if you can fight him off a little bit. You just gonna be toe up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So here's the other point to take away from this podcast. All things in moderation, including moderation, and if a dog is trying to eat you, running's a bad idea.
Let him attack you head on.
Yeah, just try not to get in that situation at all. Yeah, it just seems like it would not be good. Man, this is taking a turn. We went from the ITIS to like trying to escape animals. Yeah. They're eating too, though, so I guess it's kind of tied in.
Yeah.
You know, we've had a lot of coffee. We've eaten a lot of things. We've, I'm not in my best shape right now. Here's the other bad thing I do every year. I need to just get this out.
Get it out, Frank. I dare you to get it out.
I somehow always schedule a yearly physical around the beginning of the year.
And it's after your two big seasonal weeks.
Yeah, it is the worst point of my physical prowess of the entire year. Like sense. Literally, if I scheduled it for February, I would be fantastic. But like, it's always just like not at a good time. It's either going to be like, I think my next one is like January 4th.
Yeah.
It's better now though because I don't really drink a whole lot, so like I'm not like going out and like throwing it down for New Year's. But dude, I used to. Yeah. And then like I would have like a checkup in like 2 days, and then they'd be like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
What'd you do to your kidneys?
Well, I've eaten like shit for the last couple of weeks, and I drank a whole bunch. Cheers! I'm doing really good. I'm a a prime specimen of optimal health. I'm really doing great. I'm a poster child of like, internal health. Great.
Yeah, man. You just living life, man.
Now I'm just fine. Now I just got to eat and then like fast for a few days and hopefully like all the sodium leaves my body. I am brined.
Yeah, we brined. Everybody brined.
I'm feeling great.
Yeah. After Christmas, everybody been brined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's done. My sister sent me, so my sister's hilarious. She's she's in the Nom Syndicate group, so if you wanna harass her, you can. You'll have to do some homework. I'm not going to divulge her whereabouts just right now. But she is currently trying to, counteract the sedentary lifestyle and diet her way back into like a little bit of health. But at the same time, she's also making these giant batches of badass cookies.
Yeah.
And then yesterday she sends me this text being like, I need help. And it's just a picture of like a shitload of cookies.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes. So she got this like a recipe from, I think her in-laws. And it's these specific type of like, she tried to explain it to me. They're not quite like a butter cookie, but they basically are. They're like a 3-ingredient cookie, which is basically like butter, flour, and sugar.
Yeah. So it's some type of shortbread?
It's kind of, but it's not a shortbread. Because like apparently there's something else that you have to do. I'm not savvy on what it is. But anyway, they're delicious, but it literally tastes like you're eating just like suspended butter.
Yeah.
You know they're not good for you, but they're delicious. But they're a dangerous type of delicious because they are, it's light.
Yeah.
Like you just could keep pounding them.
Yeah.
But you're eating like a stick of butter and like 3 cookies. But it doesn't taste like it. They've broken the rules somehow. And so.
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
Oh my God.
Lightness is a bad thing when it comes to a dang pastry, baby.
Yeah, if you can trick somebody into eating a bunch of it, it's real bad. Yeah. So these things have a very serious threat to your waistline because you can just destroy some cookies.
Yeah.
And she's trying to give me dozens of them. And I know the moment that they get here, I'm going to eat them.
Yeah, you got to. That's a respectful thing to do, especially as a brother.
I'm aware. It's like I'm trying to help her so she doesn't eat as many of them. They are full gluten, and they are full awesome. Which means I'm going to...
so you got to eat them in your window.
Jesus. There's a lot of things that's going on. Like, I'm going to make this sacrifice for family.
Yeah.
It will happen.
That's a good man right there.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Anyway, that's all I've got. I mean, if there's any ITIS inducing, do you have anything left on the ITIS?
No, man. Besides we're running our time out. I could talk all day about some ITIS. I got all kind of heists.
Just talking about it's making me hungry and tired simultaneously. So I should probably eat and take a nap.
Yeah.
But if you have any ITIS-induced stories that you'd like to share with us, as always, please drop us a line at nomsyndicate@gmail.com. Please leave us a voicemail over on Anchor Podcast, our platform, which is anchor.fm/Nom Syndicate. And then...
YouTube.
Oh, yeah, now we're on YouTube. You know, you can
just type in Nom Syndicate, we pop up.
You can watch us. You can look at
we got one single video on there. We're about to have 2.
Yeah, we're about to have 2. We're going to have 3 soon enough. So here's the deal. You can check us out on that and leave comments and talk shit and, tell us how much you like it or hate it. We like it both.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you. And until next time, we out.
Peace.
Gotta find my mouse. Done. All right, let me save that before I forget. Oh, yeah, I got to turn it off. Good move. We're still on the old video.
What time is it?